We're live.
Yes.
Championship day, baby. Huge matchup today.
Huge.
It was outrageous. And you know what? I don't know who did it, but thank you to whoever took care of these fucking robots. You did it. You helped us out. No more robots. We got through it. And just an epic battle. Just
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I was psyched seeing everything today. But before I get really psyched, I want to know what's getting you guys psyched. What are you drinking? Beef. What do you got?
Baby, I figured it's a special occasion. We're in the final. I decided to go with the Goose Island, the whiskey sour. And man, is it delicious. I'm pouring it over some ice. Very tasty cocktail. I've got two of them. I'm going to try to get through both while we're doing this show. I don't know how long we're going to go. It's a celebration because it's a championship. We've gotten through the 3 weeks of the 108 tourney, including the pregame show. Beautiful.
MSS, you matching me?
I
matching me, buddy? You got the highball?
I have the highball. I have
the
highball.
All right.
Highball.
This is my favorite one.
Like the highball?
They do. Yeah, the highball's really awesome. It's
I would like to put a cherry in the highball, I think. One of my Mr. Cherry cherries. But
that sounded not safe for work. I'm just gonna say. I don't know what you meant by that, but I enjoy it. And I appreciate you, and I hope that you do it.
I'm glad that you appreciate me.
Jim, I don't have a bucket, man. I'm bucketless.
I got 2 buckets.
What's
Trees
crazy,
own no buckets.
I own the most Buckethead albums out of all these guys, but
Yeah.
I got no buckets in my house. Not one. Actually, I have one 5-gallon bucket. So I would have just been, I would have had to have the mic underneath. Well, you know what this looks like. So
POV, baby.
We're going to keep it clean.
Tonight.
We're going to keep it
Tomorrow
clean.
night. 108 podcast. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. It's a lot of POV.
Yeah, tomorrow there'll be no bucket.
No bucket.
I'll be wearing a bucket.
Never know.
Nope. I'm not
sure.
gonna do it. It's a one-night thing. Like a lot of these people, they want to think like instant classic society bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, let's keep doing this. Let's do that. And then they're like, we're one time only. And then it ends up the 7th tour that Motley Crue has put together since they officially quit. Like I'm not doing that. It's a one-night bucket on the head just for my guy, Brian Knight, because he's such a big Goose Island guy. I don't know if you noticed that. I love the Goose Island.
And cheers to Sal, the only guy who's understood me throughout this entire tournament.
100%. Tracy's so glad this goddamn thing is over.
It's crazy. It's a sprint. It's like a sprint marathon. If that makes
no question.
You have to run fast the whole time. There are like 2 breaks, and but it's a long, treacherous path. Today, like, I was happy. This was fun. Like getting to the wire was 100% the funnest. This was probably the funnest tournament we've put on, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree 100%. The content was terrific, and I was a little nervous because the Elite 8 battles, they weren't that close, and I was like, I don't know, man, we're gonna get a good finish. And then yesterday with Allie and Brian being so close, that was a classic matchup. And then today, definitely the best. We've done this 5 years. Definitely the best championship match we've ever had.
Yeah,
we'll get into that match in just a minute. But first, we like our sponsors, so we got to pay some bills here. MSS,
let's do it. This is the last one, folks. I'm declaring March month of the Mazda. And what is the best Mazda for the spring? Well, the Mazda MX-5 Miata. What's a Mazda Miata? Well, if you don't know, besides its feet, it's Mailman Jack's preferred mode of transportation. Every MX-5 Miata is engineered with Mazda's human-centric development philosophy to help instill the joy of driving. Mazda runs countless studies on human characteristics and behaviors to design a vehicle that works harmoniously with you. As a result, the MX-5 feels like an extension of your body, with more precise steering, better control, and less fatigue. Every Mazda is engineered with the driver in mind, and nowhere is that clearer than in the MX-5 Miata. When working to achieve its near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution, Mazda made a point to take our measurements with the driver behind the wheel. The MX-5 Miata storied handling doesn't start with a spec sheet. It starts with you. To learn more about the Miata, check out their website at www.mazdaoforlandpark.com. You can also check out their awesome line of cars and sports utility vehicles. Follow the rainbow all the way to Mazda of Orland Park to take advantage of their $500 off for Sox fans. Give them a follow over at Zoom Zoom Nation for deals and steals. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom, zoom.
Love it.
We're getting
Mostly
called out in
clean
the
read.
chat right now, boys, by one White Sox Dave. I don't know if you can see
Yeah.
the comment. Corporate assholes. That's what we are.
Yep.
That is
Yeah.
what we are. We're corporate assholes.
Yep.
No doubt about that.
I mean, I
Yeah.
actually am. I don't
Me too.
Dave-
Me too.
unapologetically.
Dave,
Both
how many
here and
times
at
have you've taken a swipe to my nethers several times, Dave? So don't even come at me and call me corporate. You're like, just try it. Just try it. Just try it. I'm like, Dave, I'm cool. And you're like, no. Let me get a swipe here. And then you and like give me a thumbs up. I don't like it. So hey man, corporate. That's all what we are. That's what everybody is here in this fan town.
So Beef, give us the breakdown, man. What was the last matchup? How did it end? What's going on?
Absolutely. So the final matchup was between Alyssa Bergamini, who ran through the White Sox Dave region. I mean, won pretty much every matchup easily, coming out of the 13th seed. That was my first round matchup. I thought I was going to beat Alyssa in round one. I thought, oh, she's pretty formidable, but I'll probably win this closely. No, I will not. And she whooped everyone else's ass in our region too,
Including mine.
Layla Rahimi, who's on television and has a big persona herself. Gets
Radio.
down to the finals, and coming from the other direction is a guy who Treasy and I both thought when we got the seeding, we got the odds from Sam Panayotovich that the man his odds were too low, and we said we would bet on him in his region to get out of his region. I had no idea Brian Knights had this kind of legs to get all the way to the championship. I didn't know he had it, and he went wild on the content. He got in the hot tub. He took some risks. He was doing spaces, and he had his whole crew in there, and I didn't realize where all his peoples were. I knew he had the Barstool people, and that's always impressive. That's fine. But I seen people coming out of nowhere that I don't even know who they are on Sox Twitter.
Right.
I'm like, who's that? Who's that? Like, whenever you see someone that can gather out the groups that we're not familiar with, I'm really impressed. I'm impressed that they kind of got their peoples all the way out there like that.
Yeah, there was a lot of dudes that I was like, I've never seen this account. But there was like not in a way where it's like, I've never seen this account. It has 0 followers. It was like just all regular sized accounts. It was really cool.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Beef, just real quick. You mentioned Sammy. The field won. The field bet won. So it was plus 25,000, I think.
Yeah.
So
250 to 1.
Sammy's refusing to pay out, but we might have to go break his legs for him. We'll get that money paid out.
He's gonna bet revolution us, Trees. He
totally is, man.
Bet Island, totally rip our asses off. So the final went this way. We got to almost 7,000 votes. There were tons of celebrity retweets and tons of just all of us regular fans retweeting too, and really enjoying the matchup going down the stretch. I know Alyssa went to Buffalo Wings and Rings and was eating hot wings or something.
It's pronounced Eliza. I think Ozzy.
Ozzy has changed it. Yes, that's correct.
We've been doing it wrong. Ozzy corrected us.
Ozzy's got us.
It's Eliza.
He got us queued up. And it comes down the stretch, almost 7,000 votes. One of the highest rated polls ever that's ever been in the 108 tourney. And Brian Knights sneaks out the victory, 50.3% to 49.7%.
So close.
An epic fucking battle.
So close.
I don't know if we'll ever have one like this again. This was absolutely fucking amazing. And Brian was in the comments. Great win, Brian. Congrats to you, my friend.
That was awesome. The content was great. Beef, I got to ask, did you know going into the tournament that Brian had access to a hot tub?
I did know this. Yes,
okay.
I did know that.
Yeah, I saw he was in the Sunday soak region, and then he's coming from the hot tub for all this. I didn't know about that, so I was surprised and excited when I saw what he's doing shows from the hot tub to bring it home.
Yeah, no, I knew that, and I knew he had a following, and we saw him at the ballpark all the time. Now, he was usually in a working capacity, so he couldn't come and be 108ing with us, but we'd always say hi or whatever. And I knew that he did kind of his some post-game stuff, and he would get on the old Twitter machine and do some live videos, and then they were catching a lot of traction. Now, I think I originally thought when he was featured in that newspaper article, I thought, let's slow down, all right? The guy's only got about 3,000 followers. But fuck me, the guy is some big shit, and he took his big balls, and he won the whole goddamn tournament. So hey, I was
can't believe he fit him in that hot tub.
Number 2 seed, so I thought I had him seeded correctly. I didn't realize he could make a run like that, and hey, man, he absolutely dominated. Great job, Brian.
Yeah, no, that was impressive, and just the I feel like people want to blame other things and say, oh, this is the reason that this happened, or this is the reason that this is happening. And I feel like the tournament today, the final matchup was like a great equalizer. If you had good content and you kept pushing, it didn't matter who supported you. Like you got somebody, like you still had those votes before that guy swung, a couple hundred, and because a couple hundred don't mean much in this tournament. Like, but it at the end, kind of, but not really. But they were both coming. I mean, you got Tanny and you got some guy from Barstool. You got Score Barstool going in.
I mean, Mitch Rosen was out there.
He was stumping. Yeah, for sure.
Media mogul Mitch Rosen, who would not take Layla Rahimi's place in this tournament, beat him. And then I would have gotten beat by Alyssa too, and she would have had the Holy Trinity here.
She would have knocked all our asses out. Yep.
Yeah, but no, Mitch was like, no, Layla, you got to go out and do my dirty work. I get you. Media mogul Mitch Rosen.
Yeah, I mean the amount of retweets and the people retweeting was crazy shit. There's like I saw one that was like right before the gun. There's probably 10 minutes left to go, and the person's like, I had never heard of 108 until today, but I voted in this poll. someone like 18,000 followers. It's like some betting guy or whatever. It's like, well, I guess people who weren't even into it were just like, holy shit, everyone's doing this. Let's get in on this shit. And that's kind of what you're hoping to create, trying to create the hype that gets everyone interested and involved. And I'm glad it played out in a way that was a lot of fun for everyone who was watching it, voting in it, just cheering it on. It was terrific.
Agreed.
Yeah, it looks like in total retweets, it was 185 retweets total. Incredible. But 142 of them were quote tweets. So I mean, like people had not only retweeted but had something to say about it, which is awesome, and we love to see it. One thing, Beef, I want to give you a stat from the tournament that I think you'll be proud of, because this is one of the things you wanted to do this year was get a bracket with all people with under 1,000 followers.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the 108 bracket. It started off with the 16 people that were in that bracket. As of the beginning of the month, we're at a total of 10,074 followers.
Nice.
The end of the month, or today, this morning,
at the tournament,
11,929. So about 1,800 new followers for those total 16 people.
Holy
so
fuck.
that was
a lot.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That's something that I really enjoyed. And 4 of those people now are past the point where they could be in the 108 bracket anymore because they've exceeded 1,000 followers.
Oh, I absolutely love that, man. That's what it's for. I mean, that's what we want to do. We want to bring White Sox fans, people who we think are interesting and fun, and not everyone's going to be your cup of tea. That's how it's going to be. We're going to spread the thing out wide, and we're going to give everyone a chance to pick off people that's like, oh, that person's cool. I like the way they do. So it's good, and it's good. Like everyone in the field, we kind of think have an interesting draw to them, and even the people that you don't know that are in the 1,000 follower thing are awesome, and that's what everyone was able to find out. I'm glad to see that they did throughout the tournament.
Or you found out they're a total pile of trash and you don't like them, and you can just not follow them. So that's okay. I know several people told me that. So
it's all about learning. It's all about learning, guys.
Absolutely.
Making choices.
Yeah, that's the question, though. Are they going to build the Brian Knight statue on top of the beam now? I know he wanted the Jose Abreu statue there, but I mean, maybe we should build the Brian Knight statue in 108 somewhere. Like a little clay.
Hey, you know what?
Figurine.
All right, look. It was a great win. But you got to win more than once to garner a statue. It's just how it goes.
Multiple titles.
It's got to be a multiple title situation.
Let's bring White Sox Dave out of retirement and make him fight. He's slowly succumbing to like a CTE, but we're like, get back in that ring, Dave. You got to go against one of your own. And he's like, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. And we're like, do it. And then he gets in there. And they just
fill him with blue chews and throw him in the ring together. See what happens.
Right. I was gonna say he's like Butch from Pulp Fiction. One last fight. Money.
And you know what? That's funny that's funny that you mentioned that, because I think Dave would say, "Yeah, I'll take the fall and then go in and be a cheating scumbag and not take the fall and then run off with the money." Like I can totally see Dave doing that. Classic Dave Williams.
So someone in the chat, I mean, I pull this thing back up if I could find it. Someone's like, can I get the too early odds on the 2023 tournament? I was like, yes. I kid you not. In the next week or two, I'm on vacation in a little while. And when I come back, maybe the end of April, early May, I will re-rack this whole board. I will clip out the people that we talked about internally that we should get out. I'll re-rack it. I'll reseed everybody who we think stays in. And then I'll start the process. It's basically year round.
I think if I was given odds right now, I'd say minus 500 Summer of George. There's no way he took this loss anything but personally.
No. He was pissed. Yeah.
He's gonna come. He probably bought 6 swords in Ireland just so that he could come back and just dominate for the whole rest of the year.
He's having one made. So yeah. It's gonna get right up in there.
All right, fellas.
For any of you who, so we're probably going to wind this up, but for any of you who
can't talk tomorrow.
108 tourney, we're going to talk some 108 tourney in tomorrow's show. So I'm going to give some feedback on things I learned. I think the boys are too, and maybe some too early ideas and suggestions. So if you're up in the comments tomorrow for the 108 podcast, it's going to start about 8:00 here on YouTube. Feel free to float me some ideas, and maybe we'll bat them around during the podcast as well. But I've got a few new ones. Few things I want to come with the boys with that we might work out. So if you like this 108 tourney content, this tournament's over, but we're going to start thinking about the 2023. So get up in the podcast tomorrow.
But we're not going to talk about it too much because I'm going to be doing a lot of yelling and cussing at people that were besmirching my beloved Goose Island. So Austin Dizek, you get fucking ready, buddy. Because your way.
Yes.
All right, fellas. I would cue the motherfucking Blues Brothers, but unfortunately, this video would get taken down immediately. So instead, you get some Barren Plains, and we will see you tomorrow.
Peace.